Okay. So first of all, my name is Mitchell Aguirre. I'm the founder and CEO of F&S Industries and Adventures Aug. And I'd like to thank everyone for having us here today to tell you about our solution for helping children and adults stay connected. This is an extremely growing problem in the United States today because of retirement, military service, and divorce. Millions of kids every year are separated from adults that they love. As a matter of fact, that was my particular situation. I was divorced, living in New York. My son was with my ex-wife in California. And it took me about 3 years to move out there. And so I had this problem. How do you maintain a relationship with a 3-year-old? And that's when I started the adventures of Antonio and his dad. And I would draw these pictures and do a simple storyline, and I'd color them, and I'd send it to him every other week. And he loved it, and it worked. We bonded, we grew, and even today we're extremely close, and I credit the stories for that. And so I decided I needed to make this a business. And so what I did was I built this platform that an adult can come and create their own Adventures Of series. So basically what it is, it's a year-long personalized book where the child and the adult become the main parties in a story, an adventure story. And basically it's a personalized book, but we send the chapters out every 3 weeks for an entire year. So just think of it, a personalized book for a child, and you just rip the chapter out and you send it to them. So that's kind of what it is, right? So they get a chapter every 3 weeks. It's 17 chapters, 68 pages, and they get it in the mail, the child, in this beautiful, bright colors on a very heavy cardstock, and they put it into what we call a pinch book. The cost is $119.99 per year, $39.99 quarterly, or $14.99 per month. And so basically the key to it is to make it easy and fun for the adult to come and order. So basically what they do is they come, they create a cartoon. We have our own patented platform where they can come, create the cartoon, pick the adventure. Let's say it's a deserted island adventure, put in the names, Bobby, Grandma, and Grandpa, and that's all they do. Our software then completes the entire story with their names and the text. It automatically sends it to the printer, and then the printer prints it and mails it. So basically, even though we have one product right now, which is the Adventures Of series, what we really want to become is the premier online resource for helping adults and children stay connected. And eventually, there's going to be a lot of interactive activities for both adults and child. So for instance, one of the things we're going to be working on is a scavenger hunt app, right? Where the child and the adult get pictures and of things they need to look for. So they find that they snap a picture, it goes into our app, and they can do this together. And also one big part of it is going to be online games that they can play together based on the stories that are being sent to the child. So basically what we've been focusing on for the past couple of years is building this platform. It is completely done. It's all software driven, and it is ready to launch. And so the positives of this system, again, it's entirely software driven. Once the adult creates the cartoon, human hands never touch it until it goes out to be mailed. Once you create a story like Deserted Island, that one cost is spread over thousands of times that it's being used, so the cost per story goes down tremendously. The other very important part is that all of our, can you guys hear me? Okay, because it just came up, you muted. Yes. That's right, it came up there, okay. So we use third-party fulfillment, which means that we can grow very quickly. So with our platform, we can have one person or a million people. Doesn't affect how quickly it can be done or a strain on the platform, the same as which, because when the printing is done with the fulfillment, we use a third party. And really what we've done is we've structured this as a marketing company. Very low overhead, minimum amount of employees. You can think about, this is going to be a company of Indian chiefs, not Indians, right? And so there's going to be a lot of overhead, just top people, and we're consulting a lot of it out. We have artists that are consulted out, our developers are consulted out, and it really is a great business model. positive cash flow, no inventory. When we're selling products, it's going to be all through a third party. We will just get a percentage of the sale. And this means that we're not only positioned for explosive growth, but also early profitability. And that's really important. So we have no direct competition, but we do compete for dollars within the book market and within the toy market, right? But we have no direct competition. There are personalized books out there that already exist, but no one is doing exactly what we're doing. So TAM and our SAM and our SOM, the way I built this together is our target market is children 3 to 11 years old. And so for our TAM, I went to US, Europe, Australia, and Canada, took all the children between 3 and 11, and then built that model. And I did the same for the SAM, just using the US and Canada markets. And then our SOM, we're looking at a $56 million SOM over the next 5 years. The market is a thriving market. We have 30 million plus children in the United States between the ages of 3 and 11, 3.8 million babies born in 2019, $27 billion are spent on toys a year, and over $2 billion are spent on children's books. So we're not selling this product to children. We're selling it to 3 separate gatekeepers: grandparents, divorced fathers, and military families. So grandparents, there's 70 plus million grandparents in this country, and they're a very motivated buyer when it comes to their grandchildren. They spend $179 billion on their grandchildren every year. And another startling fact is that 83% of all grandparents live more than 50 miles away from their grandkids. Military families, 840,000 children in the military between the ages of 3 and 11, 1.1 million service members deployed. Now, really what the big number here is not the number of parents deployed, but really when a family first enters the service, they immediately start moving. So they're immediately away from their extended family. They're away from the grandparents. They're away from the aunts and uncles and the cousins. That is the market we're going after as well. And of course, divorced fathers like myself, there are 7 million divorced fathers who do not live with any of their minor children, and 29% of all divorced fathers see their children less than 4 times per month. Now this personalized children's book market is thriving and it's growing. However, it's an extremely fragmented market, so it's very difficult to get any financial information on the companies. But we did find one. Hooray Heroes, which is one of the leaders in this industry, had an article published and really gave all of the facts about their business. They grew about 4,900% from year 1 to year 2. Year 2, they grossed over $18 million. And so far, they've sold over 1 million total books. That's probably like 1.25 now, in 6 different countries. So people are buying these books, and it's a very profitable business. The custom children's book market is growing at 3.2% a year, and the overall children's book market is growing at 3.4% a year. Now, how are we going to get our customers? A number of ways. We're going to use Facebook, Instagram, Google. We're going to do targeted ads, tracking ads, and SEO, of course. We're going to go to the military support centers. This is funded $8.8 billion a year specifically to help military families stay connected with their extended families. We're going to use influencers in blogs, Facebook, and Instagram. We're going to go directly to the retirement communities. There's about 19,000 plus senior communities in the US that have over 1 million current residents. And this is a very easily targeted market that we're going to go after. And then we're going to have strategic partners. For instance, Lionel Trains is one of the companies that we've already started talking with. They're very interested in doing a pilot with us. The idea behind that is we'd have a story like a crazy train ride, and we'll take one of their starter train sets and turn it into a cartoon. And then when someone buys this story, an add-on will come up where they can buy the train set at 30% discount to include it as a gift for their children, their grandchildren. Marketing partners, we have some of the best marketing partners out there that help us find available ads at cheap prices at off times. That's Socrates, 360 Bespoke. They're going to help us get on in magazines and get on all these Christmas lists, top 10 Christmas presents for grandkids or kids, and so that's where they're going to help us. What's nice about what we're doing is we have multiple revenue streams. The first, as I said, is the annual subscription. It can be broken up to yearly, quarterly, or monthly. Then the second year comes our annual renewals. Once the story starts, it ends 1 year later, maybe a month before they'll get a notice saying, listen, here are our new stories that you can start right after that. And so we can continue that. We estimate in our projections of only a 30% renewal rate, which I think could be kind of low. And then we're going to have all kinds of t-shirts, pajamas, lunchbox, backpacks, everything. Again, it's going to be all third party. We're not going to do any inventory. It's just going to be a percentage of sales. Sponsored stories, like I said, like Lionel Trains, product placement, products within like a water or a protein bar or something like that. And what we're doing is we're raising $500,000 in our seed round, and we're going to do a major launch for Christmas.
All right, Mitch, we're at the end, so you can leave it on your contact slide or your ask slide there, and then we're gonna start asking some questions.
Okay.